This is Mike from the Learning Center, and in this mini workshop, we're going to talk about metacognition. Metacognition, simply put, is thinking about how you think. So this is a quick quote from the movie 10 Things I Hate About You. And the quote is, I know you can be overwhelmed, you can be underwhelmed, but can you just be whelmed? The question is thinking about what really is just going on in your head in a normal state of mind. What are you thinking about at any given time? That is what metacognition is. It's thinking about how you think. You want to be able to understand your thought process, how you take in information, and how you use that information to control your brain and how you go through life just in general. For example, a very common point is that you're learning but not processing. Have you ever heard the adage of in one ear and out the other? You're taking in the information, but you're not really doing anything with it. Why is that? Well, that's metacognition. Thinking about the information that you're being presented with and taking it from short term into long term to use both in your life and in class on a test. The best classes where you feel like you get the most out of are those that you feel like actually apply to your day-to-day life. You want to be able to take that information that you're being given and use it. Some other small examples are just taking some time to process what you learn. It's just all about being mindful of your surroundings, being mindful of where just your general place in education and what you're learning. Looking at your goals and saying, why or why not did I meet these goals? What can I improve upon? It's all about honing your craft. Practice makes perfect. So if you're doing math, for example, are you building that process? For example, rarely in the real world, problems are as neat as what you're given in class. Are you able to actually take what you've learned and use it to solve a more complicated problem? Two things that often get conflated in with this are meditation and just generally being philosophical, because it's all in the same ballpark, just taking a few minutes and thinking about you. To try it on your own, next time you get an exam or a project back, think about what went right, what went wrong, and importantly for all of these, the why behind them. That's the important part. Think about if you're doing math, for example, how did you get that answer? How did you know what steps to do? A very common response is, oh, I just memorized it. But again, in the real world, you're not going to have nice problems if you just memorize how to do. You're going to have to think about what you're doing to help solve problems in the future. Putting your thoughts down is often a way to do that. It's to actually write about your day and about why you think things happened the way that they did. Looking for the why. And even paralearning, talking to a friend. Oh, I got this from the lecture. Oh, but I got something totally different than you. What would cause such a difference in opinion? Some runoff effects would be things like your time management better. You'll get a sense on your limits. You'll get a sense of how long it takes you to do things. You'll be able to minimize your distractions by being focused on what process you need to get things done. You'll be so much more organized, and you'll know when you know, and you know when you don't. At that point, that's when you go ask your professor. You also see just general growth in how you're learning. So I give you this example that I take from sports. I'm a hockey guy, so I'll use a hockey example. So typically, the one that gets all the glory when a goal is scored is the one who shot the puck. So the question is going to be, what led up to that puck going in the net? Sure, he just didn't do it all on his own. Was it a good pass? Was it good teamwork? Was it good communication? What led up to that incident? And so I ask you, what are some interesting things that you learned and that you just want to take and process in your brain? Why? And is there something from this talk that you want to learn more about? Why? The important part is that why. That has been our mini workshop on metacognition.